Here we go again with Alan Wake.
Previously on Alan Wake, I wrote a horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
New York City.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
Painkillers. What is this? Maximum pain? Maxwell Van
The
Painworth?
sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun. I wasn't sure I'd make it out there without some painkillers.
Alan Wake, there's an opioid crisis.
The pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again. There was a message waiting for me on the machine.
Well, obviously I have to check every room in the house first. This is an award he won? These golden guns? Very funny. Good news on a personal front. The coughing you heard last night, or in the last part of the playthrough, mostly from not me, one from me, not COVID, according to a test. So, a cold is what it seems to be for my wife. And for me, I just coughed once. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't, had to let it out.
You have one new message.
Ow! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice was the new man to
TiVo.
record it. Yeah, she called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last night. But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
Seems beyond the purview of what an agent should do and say to their client.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Bullet Show.
Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop.
Hey, good read. Go buy it.
No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here.
Is that wise?
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy. But this one, I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan.
Wow, thanks.
Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the two people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously though. 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. Now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good, great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
You are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the two of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for Sam. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you.
At least I'd been funny. I told myself I could live with that.
Yeah, Alan.
I didn't say anything stupid, if that's what you want to know.
Okay, Grumpy. You want an aspirin or something?
Are you going to start with me about drinking now?
You know what? Go back to sleep, Alan.
Wow, Alan sucks.
What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
How about I'm sorry?
Somehow, the clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Good luck, Al.
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed. Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed. There would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. My course was set.
I'm infinitely fascinated by that talk show segment back in New York City. Because Alan Wake lives in an alternate universe where, one, fiction authors appear on late night talk shows, and two, I mean, I guess Stephen King has been on late night talk shows in the past, but largely, that's just not a thing. And two, everybody looks like the people in that video. Because Remedy, developers of this game and Max Payne and Control, is a Finnish video game studio, and they, for this game, I think for Control, they hired at least a few American actors to be the models for the characters. But for this game, all the character models are Finnish actors, including Alan, and definitely that talk show host, and definitely, I mean, Sam Lake is like the head writer for Remedy. If you didn't get the Sam Lake bit, he's the head writer for Remedy, and he was the character model for Max Payne in the first two Max Payne games. And Max Payne always had that one face. That's why they had him to do a face. Anyway, that live action video of the talk show is infinitely funny to me, and interesting and odd. Okay, I guess that's all that's here, more or less. Another thing about Alan Wake, if you haven't read about this game and learned about the history of this game, like I have over the years, it was originally supposed to be an open world game. It was originally developed to be a big open world game, so these like driving sections are kind of a remnant of that. I think the idea was Remedy wanted to make like a scary horror Grand Theft Auto, and during development it became pretty clear that that was just not doable. There were issues with the technology, or it was just too ambitious for the budget, or something along those lines. And it ended up becoming this, what the game actually ended up being, which is like an episodic game with levels.
The darkness had touched me. There was a link between us, always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
Okay, so clearly I couldn't drive a car through there. So I suppose I'm just supposed to run this part.
I will kill your wife.
I do always appreciate someone telling me exactly what they're going to do. Anyway, there are little small remnants of what would have been the open world version of Alan Wake in the game.
Was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. and he carried a weapon left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the rider from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
The rider was smart and cool. Everyone who met him said, "What a cool guy. He is not a huge asshole." Thought there might be something over here, but does not seem to be. And there's nothing on this billboard. Okay, back in the car. Oh. Come on. There we go. Hey, that popped a trophy. I knew it would eventually. Alright, nothing else randomly scattered around here. I really think this car is supposed to look like the Sam Raimi classic that's in all of Sam Raimi's movies. I should look that up, whether Remedy intentionally put the classic, which you may know from Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness.
This had obviously been the room where Agent Nightingale had stayed when he hadn't been busy harassing me.
Cool of him to keep some flashbangs on hand. Are these photos of me and my family?
Look after yourself and your co-workers.
Could have fooled me, pal. Based on the signature in the motel register, Agent Nightingale had stayed here, in room number 2.
That sound is confusing. I'm in a well-lit room. Alright. Do I want the shotgun instead of the hunting rifle? Well, I'm down to not a lot of hunting rifle ammo, so maybe I will switch to the shotgun. Okay. I think I can... Let me make sure there's no pages or anything right here. Doesn't seem to be. I think I can get in one of these cars at the hotel and go around the blockade. Should I drive the classic? Of course I should. Make sure there's no hidden stuff up here. Don't see anything. Alright. I sure could go for a never-ending crate of ammo right about now. No. Come on. Like, in so many video games, the real enemy of Alan Wake is gravity. Alright, there's no getting up there. happened again. Alright, maybe I should use the flares. Just to avoid getting knocked off the bridge. Which is very obnoxious. Okay. Ah, brother. One more try. And then I think we'll have it. Alright, I only got hit that one time up to now, so hopefully that's spoke too soon. Oh boy, okay. This is a problem. Just let some of my health return. Oh, I don't have a flare gun. Alright. Okay. Okay.
Nice to see you too.
That was annoying. Ooh, we're getting into demo dirty stuff here. Yeah, that was kind of fun. This car is not doing great. Another very Evil Dead-like bridge collapse. Oh, the pump-action shotgun for sure. Okay. See, the game is well aware. Here in the end game, it is the little guys who are the worst. Ah, boy. I was trying to get to the flashbangs and the little guys with their dumb hooks got me. Because I also fell victim to the other biggest enemy in this game, which is your ammo runs out, and you have to reload. Alright, that went much better this time. Alright, let's get a flashbang ready. I hate these little guys. Okay. This last level really throws it all at you, huh?
The bottom of Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The dark presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged
That's his name.
boat here, the remains of a long ago crashed airplane there, trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice.
Isn't that true of any lake? The bottom is full of stuff that sank to the bottom of the lake. I mean, I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but Alan Wake is just burning through cars. This is like the 4th or 5th car I think I have driven. Alright, I guess I'm intended to go up here. Good to have warnings. Once again, done in by failure to reload. Flashbangs are good. Flare gun is good. Oh, there's another can pyramid. I already got my achievement, but... Oh boy. Aiming is not super precise. Oh. I can hear him already. Alright, I opened that gate. There were arrows. Yeah. Let's find this secret stash. Here we go. Oh, I did not mean to use that. Well. Okay. I just went around in a big circle around the building. My curiosity is not going to allow me to not go back down to the road. Let's see if there's anything beyond that roadblock. So you're going to bear with me while I do this. Or skip ahead like 5 minutes in the video. Something. One or the other. I just love making Alan run. I know how much I hate to run. Which, by the transitive property, means Alan hates to run, so I'm gonna do it. There is a manuscript page.
In the end, Barry wasn't going to shoot Sarah. They both knew that. Once she had no chance of catching up to Wake, Barry gave up the gun and sat down on the floor, shielding his face from the merciless glare of the well-lit room. "I don't think I'm ever going to see him again," he said in a weak voice. Sarah didn't have it in her to be mad at him. Besides, he was probably right.
Brutal. Brutal stuff. Why is Barry such a pessimist? Why doesn't he think his writing client, author, and best friend, question mark, could fight off 1,000,000 ghosts and save his wife who drowned in a lake? from undefined supernatural forces. Well, this place looks fun. I love the junkyard that's just on fire everywhere. Ah, that would have been the perfect place to hide a thermos.
Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept cleaning sweet nothings sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
Hate to come across a bottom that never came. That's the true tragedy. Bulldozer fight number 2. Oh, beans. Use that, flare gun when I absolutely did not intend to do so. I'm not 100 on what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I got that thing moving. Alright, I'm sort of turned around and lost here. Sorry. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to go toward this light. I'm in the light, man. You're supposed to abide by the little weird rules. Okay, I guess I've done what I need to do. I don't guess there's any hidden junk here, but I'm gonna look. There's not. Okay. I am satisfied. Well, satisfied might be too strong a term, but I'm done looking.
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
What's that, Alan? You don't know what you're doing, and you just act big and tough all the time? Or I don't know if big and tough is even the way to put it. It's more like you know anything at all. The game keeps making me choose between...
I will never give her to you.
The game keeps making me choose between the pump-action shotgun and the hunting rifle, and I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit. What are you doing, pal? Got all hung up. Poor little guy. Oh, okay. I guess I can go up there. There doesn't seem to be anything in these buildings. Oh, but there is. I don't want a regular shotgun, and I don't guess I want a hunting rifle. Stop making me choose. Just give me one or the other. Okay. I think we can move on. I got my thermos. I feel good about that. Love pushing these mine carts. Like so much Donkey Kong. I guess Donkey Kong pushed mine carts though. He just rode around in them.
The dark place I found myself in was unlike anything I could ever have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real.
That's foreshadowing. Whee! I don't suspect there's anything here. Okay, let's continue. I'm in the light, can't get me, I got to base. I made it to base.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
Cauldron Lake was on the mountain? What? What are you saying, Alan? is near where Cauldron was. Ooh, I almost fell off of that. Now that was like so much Donkey Kong. Alright, I think this is the way I'm supposed to go, so... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go hang out in the light here for a second. Or is this the way I'm supposed to go? Now I'm confused. Oh, no, this is... a secret stash. Love it. Love a stash. Birds. Birds. once again done in by the... I have to do this whole thing again? Birds. Well, you get to hear me say birds a couple more times. Let me... Oh, I didn't have any shotgun ammo going in. Huh. That's confusing. The stash is still down there. Did not save when I went to the stash, so I gotta go back to that. Okay. Let's actually load the shotgun this time. Let's watch out for birds. We'll all say it together when they appear. Birds. 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 Okay, shotgun. It's good to go. I may just dump a flashbang on these guys because just got time for these fellas, you know? I got time for that. When the shotgun's loaded, that's all smooth sailing. It's just so easy to forget to reload. Wow, I'm full up on flare gun ammo, huh? Maybe I should be using that more. Okay, that is the way I'm supposed to go. Let's make sure there's nothing else over here. I know Remedy is going to make an Alan Wake 2. They are in the process of making an Alan Wake 2. It is coming out next year in 2023. And here's my proposal for Alan Wake 2. It's all about how Alan Wake is a non-New Yorker, or not a native New Yorker, he wasn't born there, who adopted all of these, like, I'm a New Yorker sort of sensibilities. Like, he could be, you know, outed as a fraud as a writer or whatever. But I mean, he really writes the books. It's not like someone's ghostwriting these hacky books of his. But his weird constructed identity of like, I'm so happy to be back home in New York. New York. That I really want to dig into in the sequel. Dan is right. Hate it when a truck just nearly crushes you. That's a real damn kind of moment. Alright, I guess I'm gonna stop using flare ammo because it's not working. Just stand still, dude. Okay. Gotta get this generator going. I'm not perfect at video games by any stretch. You saw me get killed multiple times by tires and barrels, but I can start a generator. That much I can do. We should maybe wrap up this episode or this session pretty soon because we have been going for a while. Oh, they should have hit each other. They should have hit each other. That would have been rad. Oh, okay. I cannot stand these ninja guys. Trying to ninja me. I think it could be very much inferred that these dudes emerged from Alan's brain. They're the products of his imagination. And as such, I think it is more than reasonable to believe that he is exactly the kind of writer who would be like, these guys, they're from the Pacific Northwest, and they're ninjas. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother to fight those, like, disappearing guys. Again, once again. I ain't got time for that. I got stuff to do. They're, like, disappearing. Inconvenient. Okay, I assume I don't want this to hit me or land on me, considering that Alan Wake is human, as far as I know, and made of bones and flesh. If you're another one of those disappearing dudes, alright, there's one more of you. Just leave me alone. Can we come to an agreement? Ugh, more of them? Alright, they didn't do quite so much disappearing this time, so not quite so bad. An excess amount of vehicle throwing. Who would have thought, for one measly best-selling author, you need all this stuff, all these vehicles to be thrown. Would you do this to John Grisham? Alright, this looks like maybe a big boss arena. And I think and hope that maybe we're about halfway through this last level, episode 6. So, maybe call it here. We've been playing for, again, a little over an hour, so seems like the typical length of one of these sessions, and I don't want to outstay my welcome. So, yeah, we'll say this is the end of this session of the game, and get back to it, hopefully finish the main game next time, and yeah, and I can guarantee you that between now and the end of the main game, I won't be scared, and I never will be in the DLC either. So we'll see you next time. We'll come back and do this part, go to the lake, do all the fun stuff there is left to do in Alan Wake. See you then. Never been scared.